5, 4, 3, 2,
There we are now live. Stop it. We're now live. We are the Mad Scientists. I am Mad Frankie, and this is Violet Igor.
There we go. Lots of
There you
love for
go.
everybody. All right.
Right. Now, as you can probably see, I've got a fair bit of stuff here on my screen and lots of things to play with. I just want to
goodies.
that off. I got more room over there now. I'm not cutting. I was cutting. So
Oh my gosh. Put your arm out, Fran. Put your arm out like mine. Holy cow.
Slightly different colour.
Yeah, I don't get out much.
Well, I only go out to the greenhouse but it's probably quite a lot of sun in the greenhouse.
Wow.
Oh, and I did sit out the other day with my friend Julie, so that might have had something to do with it as well.
Well, also I'm a redhead, so yeah, no color here. Freckles maybe, but no color.
Redhead. I get balls of red fluff in my bin.
I want to say hi. We've got Liz and Mariah and Gail. Hi, Gail. Thank you for being here. And Liz. So nice to see y'all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
Liz, Mariah.
If anybody's wondering, I'm just crocheting fingerless gloves. It's that time of year where I donate a stack of fingerless gloves to Disabled Artists Foundation. And so I'm hard at it. You can now take me off screen, dear heart.
Oh.
No. Well, I want to see more of these goodies and what you've done here. There you go.
There we go. If I go up high, you might be able to see a bit better. I might have to move my... Oh, I've got a great big... Look at this dirty, great big tube. This great big tube.
Wow.
I mean, I can't get it through. It's so big. So I will throw that away. Over there. It's now empty because I've been using the Tyvek. I've still got some of it left, but I'm getting low. So I've ordered a huge, great load of Tyvek. I'm just going to move this in so I've got a chance to get a better look. That's better, isn't it? That's a bit better. That shows the desk and a little bit of the brayer off sheet, which is what.
And lots of stencils.
And lots of stencils. As you can see, I've been cutting madly.
Mad Frankie's been at the cutter.
Yep. Going absolutely haywire. So we've got all these lovely things to play with. And I've got these lovely little gel plates as well. And one of them seems to be especially eager to join in because it's lost its top. So it's all ready to go. So we'll put these over here. So we've got something, a sauce. And then we'll clear up some of these stencils so we've actually got somewhere to put the gel plate. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Would be a great idea. Hi, Candy Ann. Hi, Ann. The raven is pulling out stars. You noticed that, huh, Mariah? She noticed. Yeah. It had a hairdo, a new hairdo, and yes, it was pooing. We were playing before we came on. Setting those stencils up. Fran was getting a little creative with the eyelashes.
I gave the ravens eyelashes. Well, I gave them a crest. You know, there's a nice little raven. Let's give him a crest. Look.
Yeah, I think she noticed that, but mostly she noticed that he was pooing stars.
Yeah. That was your idea, not mine.
What? Me? No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, I'm just shifting these over so I can get rid of the black bit of paper and we can actually start something. So I've still got all those deco art papers, paints, sorry. And that paper is quite likely to wrinkle because it's quite thin. It's just art paper from from the Hobbycraft place. So I don't know if I'm going to be using that, but I do have plenty of other things to use. And I want to do some more of this sort of work. This kind of the small stuff, you know, that I was doing the other day. This kind of thing, which I really liked. So that's what I'm planning. Hopefully. So we'll move all these away, and we've got the little round one, oval one. And we've got this one. This one I think is going to be really useful. It's ATC sized, I believe. Is it 5x7? No, it's not 5x7. It's more like 5x3. Let me see. I do happen to have
3x5.
An absolutely enormous ruler. 5, yes. 3x5 then, yeah. There you go. 3x5. So it's a 3x5, that one.
Mariah's so smart.
This one is the 5x7. I knew I had a 5x7 somewhere. Let's open it because I think it's going to be a useful one. But I do like the small ones.
Hi, Sue. Okay, we're just glad you're here. You can sit in the lurkers lounge, Sue. You can be the
Hi, Sue.
The door greeter in the lurkers lounge.
So I've got bigger ones, and don't forget I've got this one that I was using the other day with the plates already on it.
Yes. You know, when you did registration, those extra ones on the side were holding your registration really nice.
Nicely.
Yes. That came in handy.
Yeah, it did. But I think I might take this one off. I'm not sure that I want the big one at the moment. I do have other big ones, so I can go back to it. And then I've got somewhere to put the little plates. You know what I did with that one of those sheets that I was working with? I used it as the cover, and it's still covering one of my gel plates. So I can put that one on there, like that. And we can move these from underneath before they get bound up with things. And that one. Because I don't really like putting these directly on the paper. They make a stain, you know, where the oils from the plate soak into the paper. And I like to keep my paper, my backing paper, because I think I get some interesting stuff. I've got about 4 layers on here at the moment.
Who was it talking I think in Makers mentioned that they use scrappy ucky tissue paper as brayer off sheets, and then they have good collage art for later.
Exactly, yes.
I forget who mentioned they did that, but that was a good idea. Papers that you don't like.
Not sure. It might have been Julie.
Make them likable. Yeah, it might have been Julie.
Might not. Don't remember.
I don't remember either. I just remember thinking it was a great idea.
There we are. So now I've got enough room to get the plates on. So, and because they're all made by gel press, they're all the same level, so I don't have to worry about that. If I had gel press and jelly arts, they'd be slightly different levels, and I could got room left to put a hexagon in the corner, so I can use big paper if I want to, because I've got the amount of plates there now.
Now, you know what's going to happen here. Patricia is going to look at this and she's going to go, Mariah, I need more desk space.
Yeah, very likely.
It's the one thing that I'm not sure Mariah can easily get for her.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas I look at what Mariah was showing and go, I need storage for my wet sheets.
Yes,
Got it.
absolutely, because you get, yeah,
I
because you
get
get
I get
yourself
hemmed in.
locked in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So with
Rufus comes in the room and walks all over them.
yeah, exactly. The dog comes in and just goes,
Yeah,
I
that
think I'll add
is, yeah,
this up.
yeah.
So I've got those two left. I've got a triangle and the little one. That's a handy size, I think. But we'll see what we do. And I've also got this, which I keep sort of looking at and then going, no, I'm not going to do that today. So there we are. Now then, where's my brayer? I've got that brayer, and I did have a nice unused one just in here. There we go. Nice one. Ooh. So we mustn't use metallic on that. Not to begin with, anyway. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So we got some paper. We've got that black paper there, but in the same pile, I've got some white, and I've got
Nope, not
these
gonna do it.
here of tissue. So what did you were going to say over there, weren't you? Well, of course they
No,
were over
I
there.
wasn't. I've got, Fran, every time you do that, I've got permanent marks in my tongue where I bite it. So, yeah,
Oh dear. Don't do
no, I wasn't gonna say it.
that. No, but I quite like the idea of using corners of things as well. So, edges and little pieces. So that's something.
Yeah.
Right. Now, what am I going to use? I lined up some paints here that I haven't actually used yet, like the phthalo green blue shade. And you can tell which ones I haven't used because their noses are clean. Phthalo blue green shade. Got a though the teal. I haven't used the teal because I've still got some in the little one, so that's okay. So I've got those. And one more over, two more. No, that was the teal, wasn't it? Yeah, so that's the teal. The other one is indanthrene. No, it's indigo, anthraquinone. So anthraquinone. I thought I had the indanthrene. What did I do with the indanthrene?
So are these the
Maybe I didn't
colors
buy that
you're
one.
gonna use today?
I These are ones I've not used yet, so yes, I need to use these. I need to try them out
Do you
and see
have
what they're
any
like. And I've got
yellow
Aztec
or
gold.
light red or gold or something to go in there to contrast?
I've got gold yellow.
You have another yellow besides that I like.
Yeah, I've got the Naples yellow, which
Oh,
is
the
the paler
Naples.
one.
Yes, I do like that. Okay, Mariah.
I have quite a lot of that. I use it so much.
It is quite bright, but it would contrast, wouldn't it?
What, that one? Yes. It
Well,
would with
either one
something
of
like
those.
with the indigo. I think it worked quite well with that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this green, the phthalo green blue shade, but we'll give it a go and see what happens.
Well, try to do
Start.
a gradient so they don't blend too well and turn to mud.
So I'm going to do a bit on this one, and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to put on it. Don't know yet. It'll be one of these little stencils from here that I've gone to all the trouble of cutting today. I've been cutting madly all day. Now then, I'm going to put a little bit of this on. Ah, of course. Don't forget, when they're new paints,
You have to take that little. You have to take that little paper
peel off.
Yeah.
So this will have paint on it now because I just shook it up. No, it hasn't got any paint on. And the reason for that is because getting out a knife, the horrible little plastic seal is still there. Yeah, that's going to make a mess. So I'm going to dunk that straight into the bin and then wipe the finger and everything else. What a mess. Anyway, that goes on there. Put that back on and we'll try and start again. There you go. I'm only going to put it on one plate. I want to see what I'm going to get. This is an older one. Oh, I do like that. Look at that. All that lovely selling going on there. Lovely. That was nice.
Very nice.
So, find a stencil. I'm going to have a go with this one because I quite like the stencil and I haven't used it before.
Hi, Kathy M. Hi, Lisa.
And another one to go with it. Thinking the little one with the thin lines, this one. Here we go. These are from one of the stripper sets from PM Artist Studio. So I'm grabbing a piece of white tissue because I reckon white tissue is going to do the best job getting in all the little corners with that. And I'm going to go at one edge like that. Look at that. You'd think the wet strength white tissue wasn't going to come through, but it did.
I have to, these are PM Artist, aren't they?
They are, yes. I think they're the second step. I can't remember exactly.
I don't know. I'm going to put the link for the shop up.
Yeah. I used the other stripper set last time, this one with this in.
Where you can find these stencils. These are, yeah, this is all either Mariah and Brad's designs or Fran's design stencils that she's using today. You can find them all in the PM Artist Studio shop.
Okay. Or they might be piece designs that have been converted into
this is true. Well, I always say I give Brad the credit, but yeah, Patricia might have designed them and Brad made them usable.
Yeah, exactly. Well, very often Patricia has the idea and Brad takes it and turns it into something more usable and practical. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll put those up there so when I've used those. Okay. Right, now that's got to dry, so I'll put something on one of the others now. So I want to use this indigo. I do like the indigo. So let's take the top off first. That would be a new one, wouldn't it? Taking the top off first, and we've still got some of that colour on there because that one actually came off without leaving a nasty little bit of plastic behind. So 50-50. So this is the anthraquinone. And we've got a little bit on there, but we just want a tiny bit more. And I might put a bit on this round one as well, just for fun. Or as Patty Tolly Parish says, for kicks and giggles.
That's not how I say it, but okay.
No, I think we'll stick to that.
Yes.
There we go. And I might actually I think I'll use some of these. These are some of the inners that come out of some of the cogs, particularly, I can't find it. I'll find it in a minute because this is starting to get dry, so I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yep. Yeah. So I'm just using some of them on there. And I use some of these little ones. These are the little ones that come, the tinies. And I do like these as well, but I won't use it on that one. Some more little ones. What else have I got down here in a little mess?
So if they order from PM Artist Studio, when they order in the comment box, if they put they'd like the little bits too, if it's possible.
Yeah.
Sometimes these little bits are too much for.
Yeah, sometimes they're just not worth a bother, but quite often they are really
Well,
handy. Bit like
and
that.
here was a thought. I would have asked if I ordered from Mariah. I would say, don't weed it. Just send it to me as
Oh,
is, and I'll weed it. And that way, I'll get the bits.
yeah, but the thing is, if your cutter works really well and if she's got a good blade, quite often you peel up the back bit and you're left with just the impression.
Yeah.
That I'll show you what I mean. Let
Oh,
me
no,
show
no,
you
no.
that.
I know what you mean. The weeds sometimes stick to the mat.
Well,
That's
they
what
stick.
happens to me.
Yes, what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Here, look, stick to the mat. You see, and then somebody's got to sit there and take all that off so that you can use the mat again.
Yep,
So you
that's
can't
what happens to
send
me.
the mat, but you can send the bits. But if some of these come off and they're quite small, and they're like a little bit like that, it's not really worth the bother. Tiny piece like that. It's just a little square oblong bit, rectangular. It's not worth the bother. But things like bits that come around the edge of here, a nice long bit like that, that is worth it because you can do things with that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now I have
So
a plastic. It came. I have cast iron skillets that I cook in, and they came with this scraper, plastic or something scraper. And I've actually found that using that, just running across my mat, will get the stickies up. But if I press too hard, then I get the sticky part up too, and I don't want to do that. So I know what you mean.
Right, where's my?
Yeah. But I mean, if there are any bits that, if you do order a stencil and there's any possible bits that Mariah can send you, just put a little comment in there that you want the bits.
Yep. So I've now got a good, decent impression there. Didn't get so much off on there because I wandered off finding that thing to show you. But we've got some nice impressions in there. This is not really quite dry yet, I don't think. Well, it's close, it's close. But let's do this one while we're here because we've got plenty of other things to do.
Mm-hmm.
How about a nice bit of teal? I do like the teal. And I might use a bit of gold as well. I like the gold. Woo! Oh, well, that was good. You didn't see that. A whole bubble jumped off directly onto my hand. Oh, what a good job. I got a whole roll of kitchen tissue here. Nearly all gone. Here we are. Right. So that's that. And we want to put some of that on. And a bit on that one. Why not? There we go. I'm going to put some gold on one of these. As soon as I've got this brayer properly covered, because I don't want to have the first layer to be a metallic on my brayer, because that makes it difficult to take the skin off. Let's use some of these. I'm going to use these corner pieces because I can.
You the boss.
Yeah, I'm in charge.
You're in charge.
I do like this one. I really like the shape this one has. I noticed she lost all my nice little details. Put some details in it, and there he's gone.
Well, some things just you keep your details. You'll do it your way, but some things just don't come off the machine well.
No, so I'm going to put that on the edge. Right, let's have a look and see what we can pick up of that.
Hi, Sharon. Hi, Zandra. I have a question
Hi,
then,
Sharon. Hi,
and this
Sandra.
would be more for. I have a question for Mariah. Um, would you know, Brad? You just mentioned it, Fran, that you lost some detail that Brad had to, yeah, or fatten the lines. So, Mariah,
Exactly.
my question is, if you had a CNC machine like you want, would you still have to do that? Would you still have to
Well,
alter it like that? I mean, I understand about fattening the lines, but
one thing about fattening the lines is that it might make the stencil just that bit too delicate, and they've got a lot more experience at these sort of stencils than I have.
mm-hmm.
So it's and in a commercial way, because if people are buying stencils, they want them to stay together for a while, don't they? They
Yes.
don't want them to break when you first use them. So if thickening the lines is something to do with that, that's perfectly fine. I
Mm-hmm.
can play with mine as thin as I like because I've got a machine and I can cut another one. But
Right.
other people, they don't.
And
So,
by the way, Mariah says she's the one that worked with these and fixed them up, not Brad.
oh, right. So it's Mariah. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Mariah.
I had little jagged lines in one of them where I cut them apart. And, when I put in a spacer, I made it a jagged line spacer instead of just a bar. But there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It was very tiny. So, yeah, I wasn't sure it was going to survive. So, this one is now looking nice and dry. I don't know how much detail we're going to get off it, but there is something there. So I might go for gold. I think I'd probably go
Oh,
for gold on that one.
Candy Ann saw you put all those gel plates down on that piece, and she thought you were going to brayer all the plates at once and pull them all at once as they're all laid out.
Well, that is an option. You can do that. I'm just thinking at the moment. Can you hear the cogs whirring? No,
Well,
look,
yeah,
whir.
I thought I smelled smoke, but
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, smoke. I'm going to use this one, gold yellow. I haven't used it very much,
well, you
so
never know, ladies. She may do a full-on pull on one sheet. You never know. But because there's so many plates down there, keep this in mind. Today is a hot day there today, and the I don't think the humidity is as high, so things may dry a little too
oh, it
fast.
will be quite high because we just had hailstones.
Oh, wow.
I expect it's sort of fairish.
Right. Fran probably could do all the plates at once, getting the
But
paint down
take a while
and
setting them up, you see. What you want to do is set them up first with individual colours like this, and
yep.
then put them all at once.
You have to move fast though because you don't want everything to dry.
No,
This
exactly.
is where the retarder would come in handy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what I've done with my retarder.
Hi,
Run away.
Debbie. I'm Masterpiece Jewelers from Daytona Beach, Florida. Oh, okay, just candy. Okay.
I'm just braying these to reduce the amount on the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit on some of them, particularly that one. There we go. Have I got it all off? No, I haven't. Right. In that case, I'll have to lift this up and put some more underneath. There we go. Right. Now, what am I going to do on that one? I did like that one. I don't have to use an entire bird. I could use just a bird's head.
You could do whatever you want because you the boss, you in charge.
I could just use the bird like that. And another one of those. And
I was thinking just bird feet.
I want to use that just to see what it does. And then I need something for this other one. I think I've put too many at once to cope with. So I think I'll use one of those on the edge of that one, and then the edge of this on there, and that, and a couple of those. Now that gives me something, doesn't it? Right, let's get this sorted.
Masterpiece Jewelers is Stacy. Well, hello, Stacy.
And that one.
You've come to the right place. And if you want to learn more about gel plates, you need to watch PM Artist Studio. They're on 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And we learn a lot from them.
Oh, we do. We do.
Yep. And the
Now,
stencils you're seeing Fran use are from PM Artist Studio. They were either designed by PM Artist Studio or they were designed by Fran. And you can find them in the PM Artist Studio shop. There you go. My job is done.
And very well done too.
Thank
Well,
you.
I must put that the other way up, otherwise it will stick. You do all the things I forget about. Because I get in the zone and it's like...
That's all right. You stay in your zone. You just keep creating.
Another bit of paper ready, so I don't have to move and stretch so much. And I don't have to spend hours trying to separate the paper, which is exactly what's happening. Yeah. So we've got that one ready, and I'm going to put this one down to dry. So it's out the way.
You're welcome, Stacy.
So, now, if I use gold, this is not going to show up so well, I think. Is it?
No.
No. So how about if I use... Where is it? There it is. How about if I use one of my favorite colors? Bordeaux red.
Yes, I should add that I will be live with Sharon, Texture Junkies, this Saturday afternoon. I don't have all the times in front of me, but it will be 11 a.m. her no, I said that wrong. 4 p.m. her time, 6 p.m. Central Time. Okay.
There we go.
Way to go.
So I put some red on. I'm going to be really careful with this one because I think it needs to be delicately done so I don't pull up the underneath layer. Now I might get a brief one off this. I don't know. Then again, I might not. I put rather a lot of paint on these, I think.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Did I post in Makers? No, Mariah, I will do that right now. Don't you worry about it. I will do that right now. You usually do it, Mariah. I notice you usually do it after me, and then we're double dipped there, and I feel so bad for cluttering up the Makers group. But it's in there now.
There is too much on that one.
That's a lot of paint, Fran. You need to do it. You need to get your tissue paper and do a real quick pull and save yourself all that gray area.
Yeah, well, I've got an extra tissue paper down here, so I will do exactly that.
Yep. Double dipping. It's not quite the word I wanted, but it's what came out of my mouth. Yeah, you're really, yep.
There we go. So I
And,
got some nice round
yeah,
shapes or something.
and if you pull up too much, I promise there's enough paint left on your brayer that you can go back and do a little more brayering.
Well, I could put a bit on
Yeah,
that one.
because the circle there, or leave it like it is for texture.
That's good enough. This is not going to fit. But there we go. You see, that's the problem with trying to pull it all at once.
Yeah,
You know, these ones are fatter than these. That one's thinner.
you need a special size paper.
Yeah. Well, that black piece of paper would have worked, but it wouldn't have worked with the colours.
Right.
Let's see what we've got there now. Well, we've got something. The yellow is looking the best, actually.
You're gonna have to leave it.
I think so. I'm not going to get the whole of it because some of the plates are off. I should have put another piece of paper down for that. Well,
So,
there you go. So
so
that's what you can do with those pieces.
right, to do one pull with tissue paper, one large pull. Now she has to set it over there to set a little.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull that bit off because I think that's going to make a mess otherwise. Actually, I'm going to use that one because it doesn't matter about that so much.
I can do that, Anne. I absolutely can do that. If anyone wants to join Makers, which is where we all here gather and have fun and share what we create and learn and help each other and encourage each other and get really silly. Here's a link to Makers over on Facebook if you want to come join and be part of the group. This is run by PM Artist Studio, who is Mariah today. There we go. Thank you, Anne.
That's much better. Right, so this one will now go away.
You know, I keep calling it group, but it's more than a group. It's a community. It's an artist's community. It's more than just a group. Yep. Don't worry about it, Anne. You contribute enough. Your Friday Frugal Friday suggestions in the community over there are excellent. Spot on, lady. You do you and I'll do me and we'll be all right.
Now, here is the one that is using one of the prints as its paper cover. I just liked it. I just thought I'd keep that. So we've got a bigger sheet now, so we can do some more.
Oh, I like this.
Want to do the other one. Want to do that one. There. That way round. And what else have we got here? Some of these big cogs. And I definitely want to use one of these. This is the original eye. The one that is used now is this one because it's a little bit more connected. You can see that this one doesn't have a connection here, and it doesn't have a connection there, and it doesn't have a connection there. So it's a bit more flibby flobby, you see. Yeah.
Flibby
But
flobby?
that's okay. I've got another plan for that. Yep, flibby flobby. It is a word.
Flobby. Okay. I'm still holding on to Furby Durkin.
Dewberry Firkin.
Well, Dewberry Firkin. Dewberry. I wrote it down even.
Dewberry Firkin.
It's actually a word. Do not laugh. It's a true word. I Googled it because I didn't trust her when she told me. And it is actually well, because you're always messing with me. So I had to go double check. And it's a true word. Dewberry Firkin. Yes. There's a whole bunch of them words she uses on me. When you're playing together like this real late at night and Fran throws out odd words like Dewberry Firkin, the brain just collapses. Furby Durkin. What does it mean? And you're on your own. Go Google it. Cool, Stacy. We hope you come and join us and learn and play with us. Hi, Panka. There's another one of our makers community.
I'm just going over with gold. Just going over with the gold. This should please Mariah. Oops. This is how you get prints on your brayer. Like that.
Yay, Stacy's now part of the group. The community. There you go. Yep. I've done that.
I've got some red in here because there was still some red on the brayer because I used so much paint. Oh, drat.
Vocabulary. Oh, stir in the pot is every day, Lisa. Just stir away. It's like hocus. Oh, there it goes again. It's like this is like hocus pocus. We're just the cronies having fun.
Because we play.
We play.
Now then, we can take that one off. Ooh, that's nice. This is not going to be quite so nice, as we know.
I love those birds. I don't know whose original idea that was, if that came from P or Mariah or Brad, but I love the design of those birds. I must say.
Well, they beat it because I was thinking of doing ravens, but I could not have done any ravens as beautiful as that because they are just amazing.
Yeah.
Mine would have been sort of more like joke ravens.
Well, and we had been talking, I
thought
I was talking to you about birds, and instead of doing them original with wings and feather looks and all of that, I was thinking of putting like paisley designs or swirlies or something within the wings, I mean. So, or like Zentangle look in there.
I've got black. I'm going to use a lovely gold. I'm going to use black on this. Because I can.
Pinka says hi.
Hi, Pinka. Smoothing out the.
So nice. I never once had to say, "How about a thumbs up?" You all have been putting a thumbs up in, and we really appreciate that.
Well, we get the quality viewers, don't we?
We do. All the nuts. I mean, all the nice people are here. All the best.
Yeah, obviously. Now then, this is quite nice, and that's quite a fast pull, isn't it? Look at that beautiful bird. Oh, isn't it lovely? That is superb.
Yep.
Lovely. I'm loving that. Lovely. I love that.
Look at that.
Pull off that.
See, there's a lag, and I'm watching on YouTube. Holy moly! Do not pull that away. Let's just drool over that. Is that not gorgeous? Wow! Everybody agrees with me. Beautiful. Well done. Incredible. I agree. Wow. Bring that back. That's a thumbnail.
Could well be, couldn't it? If I take that out, it should be a nice. There you go.
Wow. Look at the birds.
Birds up, the eyes upside down. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's
You can see what a mess I made of that. I should have just taken it off and forgot about it, that one, and just braided it flat.
oh wow, I love that one. You Stacy says it looks like expensive fabric. Is that not true? Wouldn't that look beautiful as oh,
Using the Aztec Gold from Arteza. I really like this one. It says it's half translucent and half opaque, but I just love the effect of it. It is really gorgeous.
Anne's
Never had
right.
any.
The eye is looking down at the bird. It's not upside down. Hi, Sherry. Welcome, welcome. Wow. Great. I
So,
mean, that is, I don't know where P is, but if she doesn't like that, then we need to talk. Wow. That's gorgeous.
he needs to sort her out.
Yeah, we need to fix it.
I will now put it on the floor again to dry, and we will do something else with another one.
Yes, she used the Arteza Gold for that. So if anyone's wondering, the big bottle, yeah. I That was just gorgeous, Fran. Wow.
It did work out quite well, didn't it? So, I'm thinking that
We are not enablers here, not at all. Just a suggestion. It's just a suggestion. Arteza Gold is really great to work with.
gold, aren't there? I mean, the golden iridescent fine gold, I find rather too transparent for that kind of thing. But it is a lovely gold in itself, so it's not problematic at all. This one is also quite a good gold, and that's a Pabeo.
Yes.
It's iridescent precious gold.
Yep.
That's cheaper than the others, so enable in a cheaper way.
Yes. Suggested in a less expensive way. Yes.
Yeah.
More
So I'm
affordable.
going to use those just yet. I want to use them on that some gold one, so I should put some gold on those too, or on some of the ones on that plate we're waiting to dry. Oh, I've got to take the thing off. Mustn't forget that. This is a phthalo blue green shade.
Okay, Mariah, you do your thing. It's okay. We're glad you were here. You go do
Yes,
life
Mariah,
stuff.
for the help earlier. That's much appreciated.
She's got to go do life stuff and take care of Izzy, so that's okay.
Okay. I'm just cutting this out because this is another one that did not want to join in.
Yes, Fran, that's the thing. The one thing I've learned, Stacy, is sometimes you pull these prints, they dry really fast. There's some great paints and they dry really fast. So sometimes you could just throw them on the floor on top of each other and it's not going to be too much of an issue.
Yeah. Well, it has been really hot here for quite a long time now. And today was the first time we had any moisture in the air, and it was hailstones. So the ground outside got a bit damp, but I think it's going to sort of... They do say that we might have more precipitation, rain, hailstones, whatever, for the during the rest of this week, but it's more likely to be a little burst, I think, here and there, rather like this one was, because it just came along, a bit of thunder, and whoosh, down came a whole load of hailstones. But it has been so dry lately that I reckon the humidity is not great, but I think it'll be a bit better today than it was yesterday. So
yeah,
that's the weather for today.
Anne says that Carrie Griffiths puts an old sheet on the floor to drop his prints onto. When I read that, I thought she said pants, but it's prints. I went back and read it again. He drops his prints onto. I go to the dollar store and get, I've gotten a cheap shower curtain, see-through clear shower curtain, and I lay that on the floor, and I throw my prints down on that to dry. Right, Lisa. An old, yeah, dollar store cheap shower curtain liner. Exactly. Yeah, I know I read pants. I'm like, no, I don't want to see. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. And I have another friend who has a dedicated room for her crafts and whatever. And she has, seriously, she has a clothesline or something strung along her room and clothespins, and she hangs, clips her prints up there and hangs them to dry. I don't know if that's something anyone can do.
Hmm. Do you like the idea of putting something down on the floor to protect the carpet, though?
Yes, that's why I said I have I work usually my gel plates now in the dining room, which is a um tile floor,
Uh huh.
and I not carpeting, but I still throw down the clear shower curtain. Yeah, let's not discuss Carrie with his pants. Yeah. Knowing Carrie, he'll be listening and he'll do a whole stream on that and what I said.
I'm not saying anything. You lot carry.
I love watching his streams. I just love he has such a lovely voice.
He does have a good voice, and it's nice, clear diction as well. You can hear what he's saying, which with me is sometimes
Yeah.
problematic.
Hi Darcy. Welcome, welcome.
Just getting the edges of the eyelashes there, and then I think we lift this one. It's not got so much off there, but I think that's all I'm going to get. That's not too bad at all. So that's rather nice. Lovely. That's a lovely colour. That was the Salo blue green shade.
Yeah. It turned
Lovely.
out, yeah.
That's a better. Yeah. So I'm going to bring back that gold. I'm going to take these off first and fiddle with this. Oh dear. There we go. Let's use this.
You should do it, Sharon. You should put a lineup. Or I mean, you even play outside. There's no reason why you can't put a lineup outside, is there? Don't you have a way to put
Now
some
those all had gold on to start with, and they've given me a nice impression there, haven't they?
look at that.
Yeah. I'm just going to move this out of the
Oh, the
way.
bird, the raven came out really nice.
Didn't it? It's amazing because it looks so thin and delicate, but it is. It's coming out nicely. Do I want another sheet? I think white.
You think white?
I think white. Yes, I
Yeah,
don't think it's.
with that blue green, I think they were probably.
And I reckon I'm going to leave that for a minute or two, actually, to dry up a bit before I put anything on it. Yep, I'm going to leave that for a minute or two. It's looking so nice, some of it.
And then what will you pull it with?
Well, I haven't come to a decision on that yet.
Okay.
I'm coming back to this one. I'm going to see what we get on this. Well, that's not bad. That's quite nice. See, the other time I was doing all these pieces one bit at a time, and it took almost the whole stream to do one sheet, but
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
And we had some lovely layers.
You could
So
go
that
back and show that piece that you pulled out of that, because you're right, it was lovely.
I don't know where it is. It'll be around somewhere.
Yeah, you just pulled it off when we started, but it's okay.
Right. So this one, if you look at it, let me just remove that.
Yep, and come back up on camera a little bit.
Worked out better, I think. And I'm just going to wipe this edge, which appears to have quite a bit of goo on it.
I do like those two colors together. I just wish there were more definition on that.
Yeah.
That bigger print.
Yep. Well, I didn't do that on that bigger print, did I? I did
Yeah.
the blue first, and I'm just wiping this up because I've got yellow underneath the hexagon plate, so I'm just cleaning that up. There we
Oh,
go.
thank you, Lisa. Susan says, beautiful friend, Prince Fran. I was watching.
Thank
Um,
you. I think I might take that off. I don't want there to be a ridge on it, because getting a ridge, that one. Do you see that ridge of paint I've got there? It's creating a ridge on this gel plate, so I'm going to take those
show me.
off.
You're a little off camera. Where are you talking about?
There.
Nope, you're off camera.
Am I?
There you go. Okay, now
You
I
see
see
that
it.
line? It was creating a ridge. I'm just going to get rid of that.
Okay.
So I put that down. And you can, I don't suppose you can actually see it on here.
Yep, I can see it. You need to wipe that off, huh?
There is a ridge on that plate there now. Just there. Let's see if I can get that showing.
Oh, I see it.
You see the little ridge
Wow, how did that happen?
from that.
Oh.
So if I take these off
Well,
and
don't do
remove
it
that,
with palette knife. You might scratch the plate and then add more.
it doesn't actually.
Okay. All right.
I've
I
done
would
this
use
many times.
baby wipe, but
Well, it's solid and hard, you see, so it's not going to come off with a baby wipe. Well, not easily. There you are. That's
that
not. There's
actually
an
left an indentation in that gel plate.
yeah. So I will now be able to put that back down, and I can now put that back down, and that line may come out. Right. So we've got some red remnants. So let's put some more red on, and then see what we can lift. I think I'm going to take some of these off because I want to use them on their own on that little piece. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these two. No, I'm going to take that one, I think. So I'm going to take some of them, and I'm going to put some gold on, I think. So I'm going to, because I want to do that, I'm getting rid of that red. There we are, because I want to put gold on there. Right, so this is going to be a quickie, because I'm going to put it on the edge of this one. I might need 3, actually. I think I'll need 3. I think I'll use the round, and I'll use a tissue to clean that.
Mm-hmm.
Get that rid of. I was just going to put red paint on top. That would have meant I didn't have to clean it. But if I want gold, I don't mind the red and the gold, but I just want a bit more gold. I can always add a bit of red to it at another time, but I prefer to be in control of it. So I just want to do it that way.
So I have another idea for hanging the prints. In the old days, when I was a child, my mom had one of these wooden racks that collapsed, that you could expand and collapse, and some things that she couldn't hang outside on the clothesline to dry, she would put on that rack in front of the furnace, the heater. I wonder if that would be a usable option for throwing your prints up on, hanging them on temporarily, because it would collapse and then you could store it away. I'm going to look into it.
Yeah. Well, it depends what it looks like. I mean, things we put a clothes horse in front of the fire were not the kind of place you could put papers, because they were just you could put them like that over it, the way you would a towel, to hang like that.
Right.
Because the rod would be going there. But if you're talking about some different kind of shape.
No, I was thinking like hang it over they'd be like dowel rods, and just hang it over the rod to dry, like you would hang a towel to dry.
Yeah, but you might end up with a bend in your paper.
Yeah, but that's easily fixed.
Is it?
Yeah,
If you're
sure.
using acrylics and the acrylic paint is quite thick, it wants to stay in the bend. I don't know.
Well, then don't make it so thick. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, well, talking to me.
I don't know. I'm just thinking I'm brainstorming. I'm trying to think of an idea. I mean, I would think it would work or yeah, the dowel rods might be quite thick too. So, yeah. Uh,
There we
do you
go.
think
So I've
it
got
would
to
have
hold on.
Darcy said she had one that her husband used to dry clothes. Um, do you think it would put a board across the slats? Duh. That would work.
Oh, yeah, that would work. Yes.
Like even a piece of stiff cardboard would work.
Yeah.
And then it looks like shelving unit. Thank you, Darcy. See, brainstorming. You gotta think out loud and somebody'll one thing leads to another. It's I don't know the terminology, but it's like multiple minds mapping. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Lovely.
Now I'm going to go to the dollar store and see if they've got something like that. And there you go. I'm reminded of the days when in the old quilters would before there were quilt frames and anything like that, they would hang the quilt from the ceiling and they would use like pulleys to pull it up and down as they wanted to work with it. If anybody remembers reading or hearing about that.
That's not bad. Like
Candy
that.
says the bird on the circle looks like it's flying across the moon. I agree. Yep,
Mm.
I agree. Oh yeah. Right, Anne, you know what I'm speaking of.
That's not bad. I like that. I don't know if I
Mind
might get.
melting.
Might not.
Not bad.
Oh,
That's not bad.
see if I can get any more off that one. Yes, I got some more off it. So I've got a couple of birds on there. That one. Right. So take these off. Right. The eye is looking quite good. I'm not sure that the bird is all that great. I could have done with putting the bird on a bigger round. But that was for the space I'd got.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if I leave these to cure a bit, stick them back on here to do that.
Super makers. Yay. And I have a quilt frame too that is PVC pipe. It's not very big, but it's um oh gosh, I can't remember the size of it. But I could lower it and raise it, tilt it or flat, however I wanted to use it. Really lovely. It was so great and handy when I was making my quilt.
So
Super.
let's see if we can put anything off this. Now, I think I should put some red on that and pull it on white. I think. That's what I think. Any other ideas out there? That's been curing for a while, so it should be ready.
Any suggestions?
Any idea? I don't see anything else down here. I thought oh, there we are. There's another one.
Yeah, yours might be homemade and mine was a purchased frame.
So I reckon could use the red.
The red
Or I
would
could
go
use
good with that.
the Amsterdam. Or I could use, let me put that down. That's for that other one when those things are cured. I could. Well, there's permanent violet dark. What else have we got? Oh, now that's a possibility.
As long as it's not pink.
No, it's iridescent green yellow.
Oh.
And I've got some treasures sticking to it. Hang on, I've got to get those off. We can't have treasures sticking to it, can we?
Where's my book? Where's my book? I've got some notes from way back when I wanted to look at. You did some Dewberry Firkin. Yep, there we go. Pale yellow Galeria. That's a nice yellow that we liked.
I wonder where it is.
Paline maroon was a nice color that we liked.
Wonder where that is.
We didn't like the alizarin crimson. We didn't really care for that. Transparent yellow iron oxide.
Oh, I know where they are. There we are.
What do you think of that one instead of that Naples
red iron oxide, did you say?
What?
Did you say transparent red iron oxide or yellow?
Let me see. The pale yellow Galeria and the transparent red iron oxide. Those were two colors that you've liked.
Oh, the pale lemon yellow.
The pale? Oh, no.
This has already got some color on it, you see.
Oh.
So we're going to pull this print, hopefully. So we need to decide what we're going to do. Now, the transparent red iron oxide might work quite well. But I think so would the iridescent green yellow. And we might get that onto a black sheet, that one. I think that works quite well.
You have an Indian yellow.
Yes, I do.
And a deep turquoise Galeria, both of which I have that you liked.
Deep turquoise Galeria.
And you have a pale lemon yellow that you mixed up yourself, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know where I put that.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Not liking that. Let's see.
I think I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to use this one.
Okay, that's enough. We've overthought it. Let's just grab something.
Otherwise, nothing's happening for ages. Let's do that.
Great, Candy. That's a good idea. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that'll make it pop. Okay.
I mean, what you're talking about is starting from scratch with a bare plate. Not starting with
I'll have to go back and look and see where you placed them. I thought on one of these, the pale yellow was done with as a pull.
All right. It depends what it was pulling, though, doesn't it?
You put down deep turquoise Galeria. You put down cardboard impressions, homemade cardboard impressions all over. And then you
yes. Remember that now.
Okay. Then you pulled it with the pale yellow Galeria. And I highlighted that. We really liked that. We both did.
Yeah. I did recently find those bits of cardboard. So they're not far off.
And then I have a star here. And what you did is you put down, my goodness, you put down the burnt umber Galeria. you'd use the Egyptian edge paper and bubble wrap, and then you pulled it with iron oxide red.
Do you remember in what stream it was?
Oh
Because I
gosh.
think I'm going to go back and have a look. That sounds interesting.
I wrote down private video. It was one that you and I did a playtime. It might not be a stream.
Does that mean it was recorded or wasn't?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh,
we're bad. Okay, then there's another one, and I wrote right next to it, my favorite. You did that same thing, and you did a second pull using transparent red iron oxide.
Uh-huh.
And then pale lemon.
Yes, I must find that pale lemon. Wonder where that devil is from.
Because it says pale lemon mix.
Yeah.
Which means that it was one of yours. Interesting. Yeah. No, it says I usually put a date down when I stream with you or Sharon, and even when I take notes on PM Artist Studio, I put dates down. On this one, it says private video.
Yeah.
We were having a bit of a playtime.
We must have had quite a bit of fun on that one, because I do remember the effect of that cardboard one.
That's where I went off on Dubrifurken, and I didn't believe you.
Yep. Well, that's what you get for not believing me.
I know. So anyway, you have some great colors. You usually end up just about whatever, and it comes out beautiful, so it's fine.
On this, because the blue-black shows up really great on the black paper, and this is gold, so that may show up quite nicely too. Or it may get swamped by the blue-black. The question is, what do you think?
Stop asking me. You're on your own.
Thanks. Well, let's try it anyway. Let's try the blue-black and see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't like it, I know for a fact that you could do something again.
Yeah. By that time, that piece of black paper is going to get much better at picking stuff up and not putting it on your hands. So, there we go.
Yes, there's that, yeah.
Right.
More mind melding. At some point in time, will you just take my mind and just keep it and leave me alone? Lisa, by private video, on occasion, Fran has her own Facebook group. Not too many people in there, but she creates a room in there. At the moment, it's called the Dungeon. And sometimes late at night.
But the group is the Mad Scientist group.
The group is the Mad Scientist on Facebook. And she'll create a room called the Dungeon, and she'll say, want to play? And we'll go in there and do like what we're doing here. We'll be live back and forth. So that's what I meant by private video. It was just private time. It was playtime, a play date. But it was live like this. And usually my husband is sitting behind me, and he's included in the conversation, or her husband will walk in and visit with us. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is going to be nice. Look at that. Uh-huh.
Hi, Kyla.
I've got to let one sit. That's going to be lovely. Lovely.
Okay, Sharon. Okay, maybe I see, I told you my brain hurts, Lisa. I oversplain things. You have to let that go over there to dry, huh? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. We want to get that on here. So I reckon I can put that with some red. I'm going to just take these ones off.
So while you're setting up, I wanted to tell Stacy, if she's still here, that Sharon is talking about she's working on her collab for this week. That's the collaboration. I hope I get this correct, that that PM Artist Studio over at Makers Community, every month they have a collaboration challenge, and there's 2 YouTubers like Fran or non-YouTubers like me. I don't stream. And my goodness, you just for more information, you got to go over to Makers and read some posts and ask for links, and people will point you in the right direction where you can learn more. And I hope you join in. The
If you're
more
not,
the
because I recommend that you join, but you must answer the questions.
Oh,
So,
she's already in. Mariah already let her in.
You're away, aren't you?
There's that cough.
It did last quite well taking that inhaler.
Yeah, it did.
I wonder if I could put silver on that.
Ooh. I haven't seen you work with silver in a while.
Yes. Silver, iridescent silver, fine.
I'm going to put the Makers link back in here. So anybody that isn't a part of Makers in on Facebook, hey, go answer the questions, and if you answer them correctly, Mariah will approve you and you'll be part of the community. There
They're
you
not
go.
difficult. Just
No,
to find out why you want to join, what sort of art you like.
they're standard.
It's just to make sure a real person and not a robot.
Yeah, and come in and play. Don't just show up and advertise your stuff. We love that you do, but come in and play with us. See, I'm bad at it. They forgive me a lot because I'm terrible at posting pictures and sharing my artwork. I'm just bad.
There we go. I think that's enough.
There you go. Anne has a post today in there about the challenge. I love that color you just.
Well, we'll see whether that comes. Oh, of course. Now I've done this on here, and I may have to wait a bit. Oops.
Yeah, and you don't have a plate under it, do you?
No, I don't.
I know, Sharon. I'm just bad about it. I get to where it takes me a long time to get a project finished because I have so much to do around here. Except for crocheting. That's something I could just pick up and do and throw it down and walk away. I'm like, you're going to have to leave that set and just.
Yeah, that one's going to have to set too.
Well, this is the fun time. Here we go, everybody. Everybody, just so you know, this is how you watch paint dry.
I've got another backing plate. Hang on.
Okay.
Put it over. Just going to put this one on it. Right.
I occasionally, Sharon, Fran insists that I show and tell on here with her, but I've only ever made one video for this little bitty mini journal that I made. Hi, Nisi. And that was stressful enough. I've been sitting here today while Fran is on, and I'm crocheting a pair of fingerless gloves, and I have the first one almost done. So
I might be able to lift that one up.
There you go. Will it work?
I don't know. I'm just moving this a bit down. See if it will work. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot.
Don't say that. I hate when you say that. You're not an idiot.
This is one of those show and tell what not to do.
See, we need more of those. Will it work?
Yes. Hooray! Right, now that's on there and can cure nicely by itself without bothering. And while it's doing that, I can play with this one, so long as I don't get any of the paint on there.
There you go.
So that solved that one. Oh dear.
Breathe again. You can breathe again.
Yeah. Why not have a go with some of the other paints, the ones that we don't normally use, or that I don't normally use because I went and bought all those expensive things. So let's have a go with the less expensive stuff, just to see, you know.
Okay.
So we get a good old shaky roo. This is a very old one. It's called Sea Mist. There may not actually be any paint in here, or if there is, it might be solid. It's quite likely. Aren't you solid? Yeah, you're looking pretty solid to me. I think that one's solid. I don't think we'll be using that one today. But I do have some of this. This is Country Red Americana. It's one of the paints that came in the sets, but there's also this Georgia Clay, which I've got quite a bit more of.
Oh, it came in that designer set. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm going to have a play with that. And it'll probably work quite nicely with the Naples Yellow. So I can now move that further up, get it into shot, perhaps.
All right. Here we go. In fact, do your brayering, and as soon as your hands get a break, not right now, get to moving there. As soon as your hands get a break, you can put me on camera and I will show my, I think, hold the phone. Yeah, there we go.
Well, I'm just going to put these on the side. I'm going to use that side. There. And that one there again. And then I'm going to put some eyes down because I really rather like what the eyes are doing. So there's one eye there. And where's the other eye? Hello, other eye. Come on, other eye.
Saying a word.
Where's the other eye?
Over there. I said it anyway.
You devil, you. Anybody see an eye down here? Do let me know.
I'm looking. I don't see it. Where'd it go? It's under. It's under that pile.
Yes, under some pile or other.
Hi, Evie. We're so glad you could be here. Is it?
No, it's not.
No. Is it under where you just laid everything?
That's a possibility.
Yeah, where you're piling it up right there. Is it under all of that?
No, it's not there. Probably underneath this, stuck to something. There you are, stuck to something. It's doing a P.
Yep.
That's
there
better.
You go.
Now then.
It's under that pile. All kinds of hashtags.
I've got those ones. I could use those. Or could use that one. I like that one very much.
Put the camera on me for a second. I'm show and tell.
Okay, will do.
If everybody goes back to the very beginning of the stream today, they'll see I had just begun the first few stitches of making a fingerless glove. I love that bird.
And there's the other one.
And I've now completed it, as y'all can see. If you can see, your fingers can move. I think I've frozen. There we go.
No, I don't think you're frozen. You look all right to me.
But anyway, yeah, I was a transcriptionist all day, was my job, and my hands would get cold. So I had to find patterns for fingerless gloves where I can move my fingers and where I could keep my hands warm and still be able to type all day. And this is one of the patterns. So I just made this while we were sitting here so far. And this is another one I've made, another color. Ta-da! Yes, they're very nice hand warmers. And but like I said, you can move. I don't extend the thumb part here anymore. I leave it just like that. It's good enough to where I can still type and do whatever I need to do and my hands keep warm. Okay, so it doesn't take long to make them. If anyone wants the pattern, I might have it laying around somewhere. It's usually free patterns or something I've designed myself. Hand vests. There you go. Hand vests. Okay. Thank you, Fran.
One more. I just want one more for the corner, and then I'll go and sort things.
And they're easy. They're easy on and easy off.
Right. Okay. Okay, so this is what I was doing while she was showing you those really rather comfy looking fingerless gloves. Just what you needed in the weather in the winter, really.
Yes.
You still need to be able to do things. I'm going to take that up with some white. A white one. There we go. A nice white. We've got that out of the way. And I'm thinking I might use something like the tin. That might be interesting.
Yeah, you were saying silver, so that's what came to mind.
Well, I used the golden silver, and that was... Did I use it or did I not use it? I haven't actually used it.
I thought you didn't use it. Okay. Maybe I believed it.
No, I didn't use it. Not yet.
Good.
I might have been thinking about it, and I might have not done it.
It is a post stitch, Carla. It's a front post stitch and then a regular stitch, just over and over.
Getting a little on the dry side, so I'm going to use the Baron. Try and get in the areas where I want to. Otherwise, it's just press with your fingers. In fact, half the time, pressing with your fingers is better. It's just a bit more laborious. But
yeah,
you do get
in them little
better
bits.
contact. Yes.
Yeah.
You get a better impression coming out. Look at that. How the bird is sort of invisible there, but you press down and it's making contact.
Now, I have a dry sponge that I use because it pushes in there too. You know?
Well, even just using something like a piece of tissue might be just as good.
Yes,
in fact,
but then I have to do what you're doing with the fingertips. If I use the sponge, I can push the whole thing down and get a wider area. If it's not too small. The ravens there have some really small.
They do, don't they? But they happen to be in the plate where the paint is less dry, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get much from here because you can see that it's not clearing up, whereas if I push somewhere like that, I get a bit more impression like there. Yeah. I reckon that's about as good as it's going to get. So we'll pull that up.
Neat idea, Sue.
So one thing you can do at this stage is you can then put this back down again, and when you take this off, pull it again. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take that off completely, and I quite like that. That's quite nice. So there's that. Then I'm taking off the stencils. This one's half off anyway because I only wanted part of the bird. Now I'm using this on the ones in the middle of the plate because I make less impression on the plate that
Carla,
way.
we have been here for about an hour and a half. So, yep. There's a
So
point
there.
where Fran winds down. We're not quite there yet, but
We're getting close, but I
we're
have
getting
been a
close.
lot better today. I think maybe that Ventolin actually working. You know,
Yay!
I haven't really coughed during this one, have I? Mind you,
Just
I
the
shouldn't say that because then I
Yeah,
will.
but you have, but just one little time, and I'm very pleased with the results from that inhaler.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, if it stops me from suddenly not being able to breathe, I'd be pretty pleased with it too.
Yep, so would Ian.
Because that was scary.
Yep.
Right, so I've got some absolutely gorgeous impressions on there, and I wonder if this is ready to pull yet.
Okie dokie, Paula.
That's where I use the silver. Look, that's where I use the silver. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's not complete, but it's quite nice. Of course, I was pulling the poor little plates up off the paper and plonking them down on here.
Yep, that's where it went.
There we are,
Okay.
silver and gold. That's not too bad. It's quite interesting. I like that. Well,
You
that's
know,
that's
over
fun.
that black, it almost has a
It's
purplish,
all blue-black look, isn't it? It's got slight sort of
yeah,
bluish
bluish
purpliness. Yes,
black look.
right.
Wow, I
Yeah.
like it. So the middle
Well,
one was the Raven, wasn't it? In
yeah,
flight.
that didn't come out quite so well, but it came out really well on there.
But
And that was,
the whole
yeah,
sheet of itself with the edging, you could bring it back. I wasn't done yet. The whole sheet by itself, put the whole sheet on screen.
it is on screen, isn't it?
No, you're off to the side. You need to come to the left and down. There you go. So to see the whole thing laid out, that whole thing right there is a piece of art. That is, I like it.
I'm quite happy with it too, yeah. I would
Yeah.
like to do a bit more to it, but I'm not sure what. So we'll put that away.
Okay.
And I'm quite liking the pull off from this. That was rather nice. I like that from that. So we're still going to get something here, but you probably won't see it now because what I'll have to do, these need cleaning, is I'll have to put some colour on and then go away and leave it. Thinking. Now, I wanted to use the Americana. I'm not sure about the tin. It might work and it might not. We did have some vintage brass somewhere.
I forget what all was in that. In those sets.
Well, one of them had vintage brass and one of them had copper, but we can't have copper because we've already got a copper-coloured Georgia clay. So that's not a good
It's
idea.
okay, Porla. There's always replay. We're happy to have you here now with us.
I think I might just go with the original idea of the Amsterdam.
The Naples yellow?
Deep, yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Now, is that nice and dry? It is. I can run my finger over it. It's lovely. Let's see. Let us see. I've got to move these out of the way because I'm going to need to brayer off over there. Move that as well. Let me get in the way otherwise. Now.
Wow.
I put a lot on, didn't I? Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
What a fool.
I don't know how you do that. You always get a bit heavy-handed.
Yep.
And you know better.
I know. I'm an idiot.
I'm saying that. Don't make me come over there and hurt you. Quit saying that. We don't like that word. You're not an idiot.
You don't know me very well.
I know you well enough. No one gets to call you names except me. So there.
That's fine. That's
All
fine.
right. You're not an idiot. I don't like that.
I'll put some on the underneath sheet.
You're medicated.
Medicated? Oh, I definitely am. Yes. I don't think I've been unmedicated for many a year now. I am well and truly medicated. We used to like the medicated lozenges and things.
Okay,
Medicated. I love medicated.
That color. Porla says, wow, birds custard. Fran will know it.
Yep. Yep. Birds custard. Definitely that side. I tried to put the smoother side down. Don't know why. It doesn't seem to make a lot of difference. But you put the smoother side down on the other ones, the white carnival papers, because it's wet strength,
Yes.
and it just seems to pull a clearer print on the smoother side. So just in case that makes a difference, I'll do it with the black as well. I haven't really noticed because I've not scientifically tried it out. We haven't done a mad scientist test, and we should do.
Oh, and I was going to say, I don't know if Stacy's still here, but if she is, when you're in Makers, Stacy, or if you watch here with Fran or anybody else that streams in the group, and especially at PM Artist Studio, you won't just learn about gel printing. You'll learn about the color wheel. You'll learn about the different types of paper that get used. You'll learn about metallics and paints. So much to learn.
Learn some. You might even learn some naughty stories. Well, a bit naughty, not very. Funny, anyway. So this is going to look absolutely beautiful, I think.
Yeah,
I think that was a good choice, that Naples Yellow Deep.
Yeah.
We went with
and
that.
that was the clay. That was the clay, the red clay from the
Georgia
designer
clay.
set.
Yeah, so you can get those on their own. Oh, that's burnt orange, wrong one.
Yep.
There we are. Georgia
so those
clay.
are more the
Affordable.
lesser expensive crap. They're like craft paints. But I found that mine have done very well. The ones I'm not even going to tell you the ones I have that I don't like in the terms of the gel plate. But the Americana, were good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's a really good. That's going to be a lovely pull, that one.
And
I'm not going to leave it.
Have a lot of money. They're more affordable. I think that's going to be a great pull.
I think so. So we've got that one. We're going to have this one. This one is going to be lovely, I'm sure.
Waiting for glue to dry. Sharon's waiting for glue to dry.
That's the one with the blue and the gold, and then put the iridescent blue green, or is it no, iridescent green yellow, sorry.
Yellow. Wow.
That glows on the black paper, that stuff. So I think that's going to be lovely.
You need to talk to Ian about getting you a black light.
Black light?
I know we've had this. Yeah, we've had the conversation before. Okay, Gail, thank you for being here. We always love seeing you.
And there's going to be this one. So I think it's going to be really good. So we've got 3 really good ones, but they're going to have to wait. Because I don't want to risk pulling them and getting nothing much off them. So it's not quite and frenetic as the last one where we did a lot, but we've got some nice results, and I'm glad now that you didn't see so much on these, because putting the gold on there goes quite nice with that this one here.
So here's the thing. We may do a short quickie stream on Friday again. It'll be short. It'll be little notice. but I will post
That,
in my group and I will post makers.
one thing, I would say we'd either do it on the Wednesday or on the Friday, but I'm not so sure we're going to do it on the Friday. I've got a lot on the Friday. I've got loads of things happening. I've got a couple of appointments on the same day. It's
Oh,
Ian's
okay.
birthday, so
Okay.
we're going out.
Well,
So
if
maybe
you
not the
if you
Friday.
want to save these and that's right, it is Ian's birthday. Holy cow smokes. So if you want to save these
Wednesday.
until Wednesday and Wednesday we'll do another
Wednesday,
short.
yep, I think Wednesday is much more likely.
I will put a notice out ASAP and let everyone know. So there you
Okay.
go. Hold those polls until then.
Yeah. So we'll come back and we'll do some interesting things. That's one way around. So you can see the biddies. And we'll pull some of those ones underneath
Hmm.
and see if we get anything as nice as we managed to get here. I'm really quite pleased with all these pulls. I love that one. It's simple. It's just blue.
Yeah.
It's just that indantine blue, but no, anthraquinone blue. But it's a
Yep.
lovely blue, that one. I must
Yep.
use that more. And that would be nice with the gold. We've got a little trace of the gold there. It would be really nice with more gold. That would be lovely.
Andy
And if we
says,
put it down and then put gold on top and pulled it with the black, that might be really
oh, there
interesting.
you go. Candy says, I get an Egyptian hieroglyphics vibe from some of these prints. If you know French, she loves Egyptian
I do.
that.
Yeah.
Um,
I do a Semitic writing, and some of them often look quite Egyptian.
yeah, exactly. Thank you,
So,
everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here
thank you,
today.
everybody.
Thank you for the generous thumbs up. We appreciate you, and we hope you had a nice day
Thank
and
you
had
for
some
coming.
laughs. Come back.
So that is it for us today. Well, there we are. We're both back. So we will say bye bye. Bye bye, folks.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Bye
Bye
bye,
bye.
everybody.